Hello everyone and welcome to Simply Made Homestead. Now today I want to take you along into the beehive. We're not going to do much in the hive today. We are coming out of winter here in Central Florida, and I've left them with a lot of food in there. Actually in December I had 2 hives, and they were looking very poorly. Neither one of them had a queen. Have no idea what happened. I'm learning in all of this, so I'm going to take you along with me. You see that little yellow butterfly just buzzed me? Spring is coming. So anyway, what I did was I just combined the 2 hives, and I bought a queen from a fellow that we had met here not too far from us, and the hive is just doing beautifully. So I put a honey super on top. It already had drawn out frames on there just in case they needed a little extra space, because I did combine the 2 boxes into one. And something I've learned, a strong hive is what we want at all times. It keeps pests away. It keeps the hive nice and warm when it's cold. Helps to keep beetles away. They just have a better enforcement to work with. So because I have so much honey in here, and we're out of honey, and I'm tired of buying honey when we have bees, and there's still plenty left in there. I'm not going to take them all out today, just because I did that just the other day, about 5 days ago. I was already in the hive because I was not sure as to what I wanted to do. Like I said, I'm learning. And this is what I'm going to do. So there was tons of pollen, tons of nectar, lots and lots of nectar and pollen. Right now we're on medium to high pollen alerts. So I feel very safe and secure in doing this. Now through the winter, I also, through the cold months, I did feed my bees. I just wanted to make sure, even though I had all these frames of pollen and nectar, we've even got a couple with honey, one that's just slam full, which is what I'm gonna pull today. I wanted to make sure they were really well fed. I'm trying to fluff my colony back up. I want a good strong colony for the spring to be able to make lots of honey. Our honey flow will be starting very soon. So all I'm going to do today is I'm going to remove that one frame that has a lot of honey on it. I believe that might be the one right there. I thought I put it on the outside. And I'm going to replace it with a frame that has drawn comb, and it also has a little bit of honey on it. This is the one. It's super heavy. All of the combs are not full of honey, but the ones that have the honey that is there is nice and capped over. You can see that side, and there's really some weight to it. So I'm going to take this frame, and I'm going to put this frame in its place because it too has honey on it. The reason I thought I'd take you along today, see, look at all the pollen. You see all that pollen? See all the yellow? It's beautiful, but it just looks amazing. So I am going to put this honey one right back out here. I'll put the pollen in the middle, just like that. And then I'm going to replace, take the frame that I took out, I'm going to put that frame of drawn comb in there. See, look at all the pollen and nectar. You see all that? It's just, man, I mean to tell you, they are going to town. Look at that. Tons of pollen. That side is open, so plenty of room for the queen to lay her eggs. I know, y'all are getting mad at me, aren't you? If I let my smoker go out, that's usually what I do. I get out here all excited about the bees. Let's get it going again. Because I'm going to need to close it up. And I don't want to squish anybody if I can help it. Alright, see, and here's my comb here. See that? And I even have a little honey at the top. I've kept this in the freezer. So I'm going to slide it right there in the middle. It will be a perfect frame for the queen to lay eggs on. Alright, now these bees need to come off of here. Should have brought my brush out. I'll have to brush it off on the backyard before I bring it in the back porch. So today, since I've only got one frame of honey, I'm going to extract it the old-fashioned way before extractors, because I don't want to dirty up my extractor just for one frame of honey. And I thought I'd take you along. And I hope you enjoy it. Oh, I forgot my entrance thing. I want to replace that. I want to give them a little more. I've got it closed up right now where it just has a very small opening to help keep robbers and things like that away. But honey, it is springtime. At least it feels like it today. Now we could still get another cold front through here. But see the top? It's all drawn comb. And they've been working on it because it's wax. It's beeswax that I just rolled on there with a paintbrush. And they shaped it. They've got it ready to go. So, yeah, there we go. Let's get the top back on there. And we'll go inside and get some honey. Oops, I forgot my queen excluder. Now my bees are back up there. I'll have to make sure. Come on, little bees, go back down. There you go. I know, I've just annoyed you to no end, haven't I? I know. I've just aggravated you to death. There we go. Whew, now that smoker's working. It's all in my face. All right, so here's our frame. And I don't know where our bees get their nectar and pollen. All we live close to a river. Of course, there's lots of swampland around, so we get some really dark honey, but it is so full of flavor and it is absolutely delicious. So here's the frame that we're going to work on. And I have a bucket, a 5-gallon bucket, and I'll use this for this and for when we start using our extractor. So there'll only be one difference, which I'll tell you about in just a minute. But here's it's a 2x2 that my husband has cut out so it fits on the bucket real nicely. He put a screw in it that's just long enough where it sticks up right here, and that way it just helps to hold the frame. It kind of gives something instead of you're balancing it on a slick piece of wood. So I'm going to sit that right there, just right there like that. And then I'm just going to take this spatula and I'm going to run it down there. Now the big difference is if we were using the extractor, I would just be taking the capping off. Like I would use the little a knife to cut it, or I would use this little comb looking thing. I didn't bring it in here. I didn't think I needed it, and I kind of wish I had brought it in here now. But anyway, I would use that to just scratch the tops off of it. And I like that a whole lot better. You don't damage as much comb, which leaves a lot more comb. You know, it gives the bees a head start for when they take these frames and they redo them. Prepare them, clean them. They'll clean them and make them ready for more honey. If you're using honey supers, this is gonna go back into a brood box. So yeah, now you see I'm getting all the wax and the comb and everything else, but that's okay. I'm just trying to get all the honey I can, because that's why we're doing this, right? So I want to make sure, oh Lordy, I slipped anyway. There we go. I think it's because this right here, I had it on the board, didn't make it flat enough. Okay, all right, so I think I'm gonna stop there, get this off here. But anyway, back to what I was saying, I'm gonna take the honey that's in this bucket and we'll strain it and get all of the wax, separate the wax from the honey. Where's my little nail? There we go. All right, there we go. See, it's this side, looks a little smaller. And this frame right here was actually from last summer. And I pulled it. I had it in the freezer because anyway, with everything going on with the bees, moving them around and such. And then when I combined them, I pulled this out of the freezer and I put it out there. So this isn't something they built when they were being fed sugar water, because they say that if you can eat the honey made with sugar water, but then you're just eating manufactured sugar, you know, instead of that beautiful raw honey that the bees make, which is a much better source of sugar than all that stuff that's going through all the processing and all that kind of stuff. So, but once I get the honey separated, I will weigh it too, because from what I understand, honey, it's always about weight, not the ounces, like how many jars you get. So I'm gonna weigh it just for my records. All right, so I think that's pretty darn good right there. I'm happy with that. We've got a good bit of honey down in there. It's really dark, I'm so excited. And so, so now I'm just gonna stick this just outside the back porch. I'm gonna set it up out there. I don't wanna put it near the beehive because it could attract robbers, it being on the outside of the hive. So I'm gonna put it back here behind the house on the little concrete slab we have out there. And I'm gonna let the bees will come along and they will clean it up. And just to have it all nice and ready to go back into the hive or go back into the freezer, which I'm gonna put it in the freezer for now until we have everything really gets going out there and I can do a split and we can have a brand new hive. So, all right. All right, now I wanted to jump in here real quick and show you, this is the little comb thingy that I was talking about, where you just kind of open up the capping, and that way you don't damage it as much, which you can. If you can cut it, that's great, because you just cut off the very top. But if you can't, sometimes it doesn't stick out from the wood, so you can use this little tool right here, and it's handy dandy. You can just scratch off the top part of the little wax, and you don't damage it as much if you're going to use an extractor. And I got this, but both of these things I'm going to show you, I got it at Tractor Supply. I'm sure you can order them on Amazon. I'll do a little search for you and leave you some links if you'd like to check them out. Okay, now when I strained the honey so I could separate the honey from the wax, this is what I used right here. And it's 2 pieces. And I just found a bowl where it didn't sit down, the sieve didn't sit down in the bottom of the bowl, so that the honey could come out of the bottom there. This is once again, I got that at Tractor Supply. And it works great. It's very fine. It's a very fine sieve. I have washed this very well, but the wax gets kind of stuck in there. Hard to get out. And then this one is this one's fine, but then this one is really, really fine. And so you have a double, and it just works out beautifully. Works out absolutely beautifully. So I just wanted to show you that. Now the next little clip you'll see me with this strainer putting it on a bowl. And yeah, so that's all there is to it. Now this is the honey that we got. And this is the second time we've harvested honey from our bees. And both times it's been really dark like this. It looks more like molasses, doesn't it? But its taste, it is so good. Now, out of that one frame, we got a full pint. You can see it's been several days. Maybe it's been a week actually since I actually did it. And so we've been using this. So we had a whole pint, and then our little honey dispenser. We had, so I don't know, we had about a pint and a third, and I didn't end up weighing it because I forgot to weigh my jar. I already poured it in that, you know, it's the thing. So anyway. So out of that one frame, we got 1 1/3 pints of honey. And we are just really, really enjoying it, and I'm so excited for spring so we can get lots and lots more.